Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to be making a tutorial to show you how exactly I make my 3D characters. This will be more of an intermediate to an advanced course because I will not be walking you through the basics of downloading an app or how to navigate the app or how to create an account in some situations. So you will be expected to at least have those fundamentals down. If not, feel free to go to someone else's tutorial, get those fundamentals down once you have your feet wet, and come back to this tutorial. Nowadays, you have a lot of fantastic character creator software and tools out there available to you now. You have the famous Mixamo. You have now the MetaHumans with the Unreal Engine. You also have Vroid Studio. Today, we're going to be focusing on one of my favorites, the Ready Player Me character creator tool. I'm going to probably need to make this into a series because once we have our character, there's a lot of awesome things that you can do with it, such as placing it into an existing video game or even placing it into an app on your phone that you could show your friends and family and impress them with. You could also animate the character if you want. Really, once you have the character, the possibilities are endless. And I haven't really seen anyone else provide a tutorial like the one I'm about to provide, or at least not to be able to do it as efficiently as the method that I'm going to try to share. Okay, step one, you're going to go to the readyplayer.me website, or you can just Google Ready Player Me, get there the same way. And you're going to want to create an account. I think they will let you create characters as a guest, but really you want to create an account that way just in case you want to go back and edit a model that you've made in the past. You have the ability to do that. Because I already have an account, this is going to look different than your first time signing in. Once you've signed in, you're going to create a new avatar, and then you'll get to the same spot that we are here. If you guys are following me on YouTube or Instagram, you know I've been getting pretty good at creating these characters in the likeness of just about anyone. You could use this method to create a character of yourself or your favorite celebrity, or like me, one of your favorite musicians. If you get to this point in the character creator tool, I like to click don't specify for masculine or feminine, because I like to create like 80s and 90s rock heroes, and I feel like if you specify masculine or feminine, it might be limiting the hairstyles and stuff that you can have that might not necessarily work best for the type of character you're creating. In the next step, you can take your own photo if you're creating a character of yourself, or you can use a reference photo, or you can start from scratch and do not specify. I like to usually use a reference photo myself if it's a specific person that I'm trying to recreate. I find that helps. Today we're going to be playing homage to one of my favorite guitar heroes, Brian Head Welch of the band Korn. One of the things I want to note for you guys, for this part of the tutorial, had some issues with my screen recording app. It only wanted to record the actual app I was using instead of my full desktop. So I did add the picture to the right that was not originally on there, and unfortunately it does cut off some of the stuff that I'm actually looking at in the app. I think I'm able to solve that for the rest of the tutorial, but for this part in the Ready Player app, just note that some of it is cut off. For the most part, it's pretty intuitive app, so I'm not going to go over a whole lot of that. So it's pretty awesome. I'm just kind of going to show you guys how you can change hairstyles, beards, all that kind of stuff, outfits. It's pretty intuitive, so I'm not going to go into a whole lot of that. I think you guys can figure that stuff out on your own. And once you find what you like, then that's basically what you're going to go with. When you import a photo as a reference, I think the app does a pretty good job of creating a likeness of the character that you want to go with. But sometimes it's not even close, and I have to make a lot of modifications. The one it originally gave me, I think, was pretty good, but I'm actually going to go with a little bit different look for this version of Brian Welch. kind of a mix between his current look and his old 90s look, with the braids in his hair and stuff. So you guys will see what I mean once we get to the end of the character creation. And here I'm just kind of showing you guys, as you can see from the app, you can change clothing, you can change hair, you can change all this stuff inside of the app, which is absolutely awesome. I'm just kind of like clicking through things, showing you guys that it is possible to adjust and change all this stuff. So that's just what I'm doing right now. I believe Ready Player Me is going to be expanding their app also. So in the future, they're going to have different body types available, which will be amazing. I really appreciate what these guys are doing with their app. I have what I want as my base model, so I'm just going to click next. All this stuff that you do does take a while to load. I've edited some of it, but just keep in mind any of these stuff that we'll be doing, usually it has some rather large load times. Keep that in mind. Okay, now that we have our character, the Ready Player Me app or website, I keep referring to it as an app, create your character in the GLB format. We actually want VRM format, so we're going to be opening up Unity to create that. Okay, these next steps are very important if you want this to work correctly. So we're going to be opening up a new project in Unity. We're going to be using Unity version 2021.3.5, and this tutorial does assume that you know how to open a Unity project. You can put the folder on your desktop wherever you want it, doesn't really matter. Name it whatever you want, that part doesn't really matter. We just want to open up a new fresh project. There are two important Unity packages that you need to complete this tutorial. The first is the Unity VRM extensions. I will leave a link in the description, and the Ready Player Me SDK for Unity. I will also leave a link in the description for this. After you have your files downloaded, you can go to Assets, go down to Import Package, Custom Package, and find the first package we're going to be importing is that VRM extensions package. For this package, it's a little tricky, so you want to make sure everything is checked, and then say import package and wait on that to load. If you've played around with the VRM importer in Unity before, this package is a little bit different. This one has some secret sauce in it. You're going to eventually come into a package manager window that loads. When that comes up, it's going to tell you about some pre-release things for the package. It's actually going to have like a link for a website. You want to make sure you click that, and then it'll open up a web page telling you about the scoped registries, and then you're just going to click back to your Unity editor, and it will actually load the rest of the package that you need. It's odd, but that's the way you have to do this package. Okay, the next step, the next window that will pop up will be for the Unity GLTF or the GLB importer. If you made it that far, you just want to click Use Recommended, or at the bottom, I think it says Accept All. Either way, you can click either one if you're at this point, and you'll be good. It's going to finish loading everything, and then you should be good from there. Okay, after everything finishes loading, the next step is we're going to import our Ready Player Me SDK package. So once all that finishes loading, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go to Asset, scroll down to Import Package, Custom Package, find your Ready Player Me package that you're going to import, and do the same thing. We're using Ready Player Me version 1.10 SDK package. Of course, the Ready Player Me package has some funkiness if you want this to work correctly that you must follow as well. Okay, you're going to click the little arrow beside the GLTF utility just to close it down so we're not looking at it. You're not going to uncheck any of that. And then you're going to uncheck the Newtonsoft folder, which will uncheck everything under that part before you import. If you don't uncheck that Newtonsoft, because we imported that first package, the Ready Player SDK will not work properly. And finally, after all of that work and all of that importing, our Unity is set up and ready to go to import our characters from Ready Player Me app. Okay, at this point you can minimize your Unity and reopen the Ready Player Me app where we created our file, our character. And then you're going to find the one that you created. I have a bunch in mind, but you should just have the one that you just created. You're going to click the three dots and click copy the website for the avatar. Copy avatar URL. And then you're going to open your, at the top of your Unity, you have the Ready Player button. You can click that. And you're just going to paste the URL in there and say load avatar. Okay, now that we have it set up where you can easily import your characters from the Ready Player website, we're going to end it for today. I appreciate you guys for watching. What I like to do with this at this point is make a copy of your project folder, your Unity project folder. That way, if you're experimenting with anything else, you can always go back to it and go back to your original file that you didn't screw up. Alright, come back for the next video, guys, and where we will be, I'll teach you guys how to apply things to the character. In this case, it will be modifications, adding hair to the character. But you could use the same principle to add a hat, whatever you want. But yeah, please like, subscribe, and share. That's the only way the channel will grow. I appreciate it. See you next time.